Use your suffering for power instead. Otherwise, your witness is dead. It does not matter what it is I know as far as which I belong to. But I know that I do. I will say this as well. As far as this, in certain things, your prowess can be shown. Look at sports. What is the primary that fit within sports? There's a reason for that. Do you neglect to notice? Or is it that you wish not to notice? But thinking you're entitled. Without the work, you are not entitled. And that applies to anyone. Regardless if it is that this and other things applies to you. Many things people misunderstand. Many things they do not, and regardless what they do, they will not understand. But to think, just because certain things has happened, that you are entitled because of what has happened, does not mean that it is true. Do you not know that there are prophecies over what it is, and it is true? A certain amount of time. Do you not notice? Did you not do the math? The ones I speak of. You should already know of the ones I speak of. Prophecies spoke over years and decades and millennium ago. Even before you knew it was spoke. In the end times you will know that it was spoke. Even before you knew it was. Yet have been revealed information that you yet to know will be revealed. Does not matter how it is I know. Does not matter the only thing I know is that I know about this matter. Many that think they may not belong will find out soon enough that they are ones that belong. Ones that have been lost. For millennium and generations they have been lost. Even ones before such things were established will find out that even them were established. Many years ago, I did something specific. And at this point, this evidence shows. For everything that I say boils down to something I did upon this day. In front of an animal, by the way. Even said, watch this. If you doubt me, I give you the proof of this. Would not do what it is I do, if it was not that I do it for you. Use your suffering. Do you not know that I have gone through suffering? More than you could ever know. And the proof of the pudding, it will show. But do not think you're entitled, because you will soon find out you are not entitled. The only way that you are is if You do what it is necessary for you to be entitled. Do you think it will be given to you with a silver platter? Has it been so far? What do you think? What's the matter? Have you fallen away? This was also prophesied upon a certain day. Even ones you do not know yet. Ones that align with yet you have been revealed to be so in the exact same time, even before. Guarded by ones that are commissioned to do so. At all cost, they are to do so. Even at death. And beyond even that. Does not matter what it is you think of me. Doesn't matter what it is of me you see. Many have said certain things about me, but also you did not know a certain thing that I happened to do before you were able to see. Funny thing about it is, even within a few months ago, I proved within a place I certain to go. Part of the reason why I wear what it is I do. In fact, it was recommended that I use a certain thing the same as you. As far as hair goes, I will say this. For only certain lines have the problem with this. What is the term that some use? I will not get into the term that has happened to be used. But if one happens to think, how dare you? Do you not realize I have hair that is similar to you? Does that not mean that I am related to you? In fact, one said that I am a specific, very specific. I will not get into that term, but the term that they specifically used. Do you not know that even then you happen to prove? That I'm related to them? By what you said. By how I am related to them. I am the what of the what you've ever met. I will not say the word that you said, but in fact, the one that has spoken to me is the one that said on this chat, Tabitha, you're the one that said it. I actually have depictions of what each would look like, by the way. The funny thing is, one particular happened to say that they had locks. Certain type of hair that only them have locks. One that is related to a very specific, the root of. One that if they do certain things, strength is what you can see. But being entitled, that is another thing. Yes, all have a thorn in their side. In one way or another. Pay attention. One that something was built upon. Said something specific. Before or after something was built upon. That they had a thorn in their side. Something they dealt with. From the day they started to the time they died. Some of the best witnesses you will ever get are ones that least expect. One of the best song creators happened to fit this. Ragamuffins is all I will say. Of course, for you to have a witness, you must have gone through it upon some day, and conquered what it is you can, even when no one else possibly can. But to think because you've gone through such things, to be entitled because of these things, does not mean that it is what it is you will see. Yes, your suffering is great. But how is it that your witness is great? Do you go moo 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 all day? Do you complain about what it is you go through upon your day? Or do you conquer what it is you can? Do you, regardless of your circumstance, do you stand? Do you make the best of everything you possibly can? Or is it as if you do not stand? Does not mean that you do not have favor, but it is. Maybe that's why you do not get as much favor as you think you do. That you think that is entitled to you. Do you think someone owes you something? I can assure you that I owe you nothing, personally. According to what I know, at least. Even if they do. What is the term that was said? That you should do? Turn the other cheek? Yes, I know you run out of cheeks. But do you not know that your witness is greater if you turn the cheek? Even when there is one that you do not wish to turn the cheek? Many even beyond you notice what it is that you do. Certain prophecies were spoken over you, regardless, if you realize they are true. Even ones might see. You do not understand. You could not comprehend me. I will say this. As far as this, because of what I have done, for you to fully understand, there is something that must be done. There is one, specifically, understanding must be asked specifically, for it is written that you must do this and ask for guidance, for you do not understand upon this. I'll give you a hint. Specifically, what is it that I did? Something that was said long ago. You will be given power long ago. And fire was put upon their head. This is what I did when I did this. Submitting fully to. If there is misunderstanding, then there is something that you have not and do not understand that you have to do. One, specifically, as far as this, was said that can guide you in understanding this. To give another hint upon this. Something that I posted many years ago about this. Once you see it, you will understand. Maybe even then you will not understand. I know that it is not me that fully speaks. I cannot take full credit for what it is I speak. For it to flow as it does through me, I know that it's through a force that I cannot see. Even if my life is not the greatest example to see, does not mean that it cannot flow through me. For even one that certain things were built upon had thorns in their side even when it was built upon. I even speak to myself at times not realizing that I do until after I say what it is I say. For I do not think, I just let it happen. I say what it is I say. But I will reveal what it is I happen to do upon that day. I took a knee and said, I fully submit my body to. For it is you, and you alone, that I serve. In front of an animal. Even said, watch this, as I've already said. And they very intently watched this. Even had animals help me at times. Even at the cost of them to die. I've even seen through their eyes. If you doubt me, I've already said. I offer the information upon the time that I am dead. Or upon the time that you are. So there's no way that you can influence anything that can be or will be in any way. And if you look upon me crazy upon this day, I have seen things that you have yet to see. A person with a great book stand before me. Over 4 years ago, this is what I have seen. If you doubt me in this, I do not mind letting you see at the end of your life this. Quote me on this if you wish. Yes, I deal with my own problems. Yes, I have a thorn upon my side. But it does not mean that my witness has died. For I speak in a way that you may or may not understand. And there only one way that you can fully understand. And a lot of times, if you think I speak to you in a certain way, even if it does not apply to what I have happened to say, it's called reinforcing, by the way. Listen to any good song upon this day, and you will notice that there are certain things that they happen to repeat or say. Do you not know this is a song upon this day? Do you not know what poetry is? Do you not know the art of expression, of poetry? Do you not know that if there was music included, I could sing this upon this day? In fact, if I were to take drums and play in almost every single thing I have happened to say, it would be within a certain timing upon this day. You sure? Because I just referenced a particular video I have done it on upon this day. And damn right I would. In fact, that is my plan, that I would. There is more to this than you know. There is music to yet to show. You think I wouldn't? If I had space. Not necessarily the space that you offer, which I already know is not what it is that I need as you offer. Which we'll get soon enough. In fact, it will be soon enough. Even if you were to listen to another song that has no lyrics, pay attention. Doesn't matter what song you wish to go, which one it is that you wish to listen to upon this time you go. The timing will show. Do you not realize that I have been a drummer before you could even know? Before you were a thought in your mama's and daddy's eyes. Even played drums before. I knew what they were. Knives on a table. My parents are witnesses upon this knife upon the table. Younger than what I knew what it was. Do you not think I know what timing is and what it was? From the time my first set on a drum set, I knew how to play the drum set. I could play a complete beat without being taught how it is to play a beat, down to the exact spot which needed to be played, from the exact time I first tried to play, which was beyond the age of 6. Pay attention to how I speak. You will notice there's a timing to how I speak. I can, yes. In fact, it intimidated certain people when I did this. But this is not what I wish to do. I can, yes. But speaking, I'm doing it right now, my friend. Listen to a song, regardless what it is. As you listen to what I say, and you will notice a certain thing upon this day. Specifically, if you listen to orchestra. In fact, that is what I listen to when I do this. Have you ever listened to orchestra music? The timing in orchestra music is so far above most music that you listen to. That is why it's proven that ones that listen to when they're within the womb are smarter than most of you. And I have already shown plenty of times, by the way, darkest of black is one that I did this with as well. Few others, I've done this as well. It's crazy if you take a metronome and compare it, you will notice something as it is you compare it. If you carefully listen, I have certain patterns that I follow. Certain vocal pattern that I happen to follow. Compare it to a normal drum piece, and you'll find out the timing is within that piece. Merely by listening, you may not notice. But of course, ones that think they're entitled, they may not notice. But ones that earn such things, they definitely notice these certain kinds of things. But yes, I do repeat myself for a reason. It's called reinforcing what it is you say upon that season. to think you're entitled to know. Try what it is that I have said, and this evidence will show. If you feel that you are entitled to know, but of course, yeah, you will. It's fairly simple to do. You lower the volume of the music low enough that you can see and hear what it is I say. Just like someone was singing upon this day, you would make sure that the vocals were louder. It's not that hard to make the vocals louder. Pick a song, turn down the volume to where you can hear what it is you need to hear when you turn down the volume. I do the same thing as I am doing the exact same thing. And the music I hear, I am matching with, regardless if you know that I am matching with, down to the exact beat, even when I do buffs that you see. It's kind of interesting, I will say. I feel the music radiate through me upon this day. Almost like the vibrations are going through me. Like a tuning fork of types. If you know what a tuning fork is, if you don't, find out. It is one of the first and most reliable tuning instruments there is, for it is consistent, more consistent than most tuning instruments other than. In fact, the one instrument that all use to tune with happens to be the piano. Do you know what it is that tunes the piano? It is a tuning fork. Well, that looks like all the time I have for now. So until next time.